Epstein. Epstein Day is here. Time for rage and time for fear. Yes, Epstein Discharge Day has finally come. And amid the anticipation, Donald Trump's ex-wife just became embroiled in the scandal. This is beyond gross, and it's not even a detail from the files. It makes me wonder what pornographic grossness is about to be unleashed on us all. Buckle up, folks. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. And remember, subscribe to our channel. Do it right now to stay up to date on breaking news in the Epstein scandal and all other developing stories in American politics. So let's get to it. The day has finally arrived. The date mandated by the Epstein Files Discharge Act, which, over the obstructions of House Speaker Mike Tiny Johnson, overwhelmingly passed both houses of Congress. The day has come. And now the Department of Justice must release all Epstein materials to the public. But given the Trump administration's long history of dubious or outright illegal actions, it should come as no surprise that they're stonewalling. Here's an update and an overview of where things stand right now.
Today is the deadline for the Justice Department to release all its files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. But Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche told Fox News on Friday the Trump administration has a different plan.
I expect that we're going to release more documents over the next couple of weeks. So today, several 100,000, and then over the next couple of weeks, I expect several 100,000 more.
Blanche said the delay is needed to make sure the victim's information is protected. Survivors have been demanding these records for years.
This is about children. There is no place in society for exploitation, sexual crimes, or exploitation of women.
They have been fighting for nearly 20 years to let the public know what happened to them, who was involved, and for some measure of justice by the federal government.
Ahead of today's deadline, Democrats on the House Oversight Committee released another batch of nearly 70 photos from Jeffrey Epstein's estate. They show a young woman or girl with writing on her body, including quotes from the book Lolita, a 1950s novel about a man's obsession with an underage girl. There are also photos of high-profile people in Epstein's circle years ago, including Bill Gates and the philosopher Noam Chomsky. The images show no wrongdoing. Last week, another batch of photos included Epstein with then-private citizen Donald Trump and former President Bill Clinton.
Of course they're coming up with excuses not to open the files. Nobody should be surprised there. And that's not even the biggest twist here, folks. Stick around. By the way, we should note at this point that Todd Blanche, the Department of Justice official just interviewed there who was coming up with excuses to not release the files, also happens to be Donald Trump's former lawyer. His personal lawyer. Blanche also became entangled in the Epstein scandal earlier this year when he personally met with Epstein's accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell. According to Blanche, Maxwell said she never saw Trump misbehave with underage women. But also according to Maxwell, a convicted sex offender in her own right, she never did anything wrong either. Neither did Epstein. So not exactly a reliable source there. Nevertheless, after her interview with Blanche, she was transferred to a cushy minimum security prison where she has a staff waiting on her. For more details on that disgusting situation, see our other videos here on the channel. For now, the world waits with bated breath to see what's in the files and what legal action the Trump administration could face for not fully complying with the law. And amid that tension, Donald Trump's ex-wife has an Epstein story of her own. And this one is chilling. Both the Daily Beast and the New York Times now report that Trump's ex-wife, Marla Maples, that's the woman he had an affair with while married to his first wife, Ivana, Marla Maples, while married to Donald Trump, attended an Epstein party in 1994. There, according to Epstein victim Tina Davis, Maples warned Tina's mother to keep her daughter away from Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Tina Davis was one of 8 or 9 models scouted for the party who were very young. According to Tina's mother, Sandra Coleman, quote, "Some of them could have been in training bras," close quote. Both Davis and Coleman recall a chilling moment at the party. Waiters kept offering alcohol to the underage models, who also endured middle-aged men flirting with them, including Trump and Epstein. But that's not the most disturbing part. Coleman and Davis also say that at one point in the evening, Marla Maples, Trump's then-wife, approached the pair in the bathroom with a frightening recommendation. Quote, "Whatever you do, do not let her around any of these men, and especially my husband," close quote, Maples said, according to Coleman. Maples then added, protect her. Maples, who lives in relative obscurity despite having one child, Tiffany, with Donald Trump, denies making the comment. However, at the time of this report, she has not returned requests for interviews to either the Daily Beast or New York Times. Incriminating, isn't it? It's also interesting to note Maples' exact wording in her denial. She said, quote, I would always protect young women in any way I could, but I am sure I didn't specifically say that about my daughter's father, close quote. Interesting how she doesn't name Trump there, referring to him as her daughter's father, not her ex-husband, not Donald by name. It's almost as if she's trying to create some kind of disconnect, not between Trump and Epstein, but between her personal history and that of the Epstein scandal. Which begs another question. What did you know, Marla, and when did you know it? Jeffrey Epstein attended your wedding. You witnessed all these teen girls at his parties. Did that not worry you at all? As the mother of a daughter, did that never make you uncomfortable? And would you have ever let Tiffany be alone with Jeffrey Epstein? Thus, the scandal continues, widening outside even the Epstein files themselves. Somehow, I have a feeling this won't be the last bombshell in this case. Stay tuned, folks. Count on us here at Occupy Democrats to keep you up to date as the dirty laundry continues to get hung out to dry. I'm David Reddish.